Hello again, something different this time. Review of a film called Surprise by Oxford from 2023. And there are about two sections that are interesting. This one and the one about meaning. This one is about a dinner, and someone says,
continues to confound us. It slips through our hands. Dr. Sterling, I'm curious. Do you believe in a higher consciousness? Something outside and above the created world?
Oh, for God's sake, Terence.
Precisely.
for God's sake, Terence, precisely. So this is something about meaning, about more than three-dimensional worlds. Is there more? This is interesting, and it continues a little bit with the section on meaning in the film, but for the rest, it's about this woman. She just acts like a bitch. It's not interesting, and what she achieves is also not interesting. I'll go to my comments here. Surprised by Oxford, so I wrote all the videos, films that I watched. I wrote down comments about everything since a few years. Just to keep track of everything, what I thought about it at the time. I have some very old comments that I wrote down, what films, etc., TV series, wrote down on paper, and in between I didn't, which is a bit of a pity, because the view that you have at the time, of course, can change with time. Your view can change, and the view at the time is interesting to see also your own changes in views that can happen. Okay. I thought it could be interesting because of the description that it was about a woman finding a religion, which means, of course, meaning in life, thinking about meaning in life. But it is a banal film, and I thought, what a bitch, that woman. The section starting at 55:20 about meaning is okay, and the section about 37 minutes, I think it was, that I just showed was really the precursor to that, and that's, of course, also good. But there's too much feminist bullshit, like this woman creates, let's see, what was it here? Earned her doctorate in romantic literature and went on to become first female dean of St. Peter's College. Who cares? That's not interesting. That's not something you achieve, really. That's bullshit. She married, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is far more interesting. She speaks regularly on the intersection of faith and literature. And that's what the film should have been more about. And I'll go into it a little bit after my criticism, namely other films that are more interesting. They're listed here. So I added, after this film, after viewing again and uploading the video that I made, where I comment about a video from, what is it, the channel Free Survival Lily, that's what it's called, criticizing issues about cars and that people should give up their licenses and they get free pass for public transport, I don't know for how long, in a city. Yeah, blaming the car, etc., for climate change. Of course, it is for a large part to blame, but not the only part. And you can criticize a lot about that, about cars. It gives you freedom, but it also gives you a burden, namely costs you a lot of money, maintenance, etc. So, in the comments with that video, I said that there are different types. No, someone wrote that there are different types of intelligence. Intelligent people can make bad decisions in life. I commented then that people can just make mistakes. So an intelligent person can make a bad decision in life, because you don't go always all the time analyzing everything, and then someone could say, well, why didn't you do this? Yeah, but you don't analyze everything all the time. And there are other issues, other reasons why you don't make the optimal decision. In a certain sense, optimal, so there are different, and what is optimal depends on your goals in life, for example. I said, so people don't just always do what's best, despite knowing what they want is likely a bad idea. So this is about this guy who wants to be with that woman in the film. I thought, oh, what a bitch! Why would a man want to be with her? Well, there can be reasons, and it's about having common interests or experiences. Experiences, they're the most important. If you have some common experiences, that can give a sort of a bond, even though you think someone, even though you see the issues with that person, and that it would possibly be better to find someone else. And that's just the way how it works in life. People have a certain personality, and that influences also their decisions. So, yeah, a man wanting to be with such a woman is not just because of what is logical. Yeah, you have your personality, common experiences, personality determine whether a man pursues such a woman. So it's not always logical. But, I'll continue with this first. I also see this in Jehovah's Witnesses who try to convert people despite that they know there's almost no one's interested. They do it because they think they should do it, because they believe in something. It's not what's best about their life. You could say, well, they're wasting hours of their life every, what is it, one day a week or so, going to people or standing somewhere and having a display with the publications. Is it a waste of life or not? Depends on your point of view. But I felt that this film, and same goes for Eat, Pray, Love, by the way, films about selfish, stupid women. Now, in reality, this woman may not be that way. She may be quite different, but I can't tell that. The film, the woman shown in the film, portrayed in the film, is a selfish, stupid woman, not interesting. And there's also way too much feminist bullshit like these. Yes, she's the first female dean, this or that, or first female, or there's so many women here and there. Who cares? Completely uninteresting. What has she created in literature? What has she created in analysis of literature? That's what counts. I would say that films that are more interesting to think about life, think about meaning, are, for example, these: An Interview with God from 2018, then Time Changer from 2002. This guy goes back from 1890 to current day when the film was made, and who is what's he exactly? Religious, but also a teacher, and he tries to make people see life differently now, because he sees that a lot of people are not religious anymore. And he doesn't like that. He thinks, you lose something in your life. Okay. Then two other films, which are quite different, but very interesting, and also about the meaning of life. It's The Creation of the Humanoids from 1962. This is about humans having made a war. Then they use androids and they become more human-like, and there comes a sort of takeover. This is actually the same idea is used later in the second version of the Battlestar Galactica series. Friendship's Death with Tilda Swinton. Very interesting film. I like both a lot. They are this is a woman, but not really a woman, but an android, supposedly, who comes to Earth to warn Earth about what's going on and what will happen to them, because their society of androids has analyzed it and saw that they were going to self-destruct. And it was very interesting because it's about understanding life and conversations from two different points of views. Both Creation of Humanoids and Friendship's Death are a bit like situation comedies, in that the action, if you want to call it action, takes place in different rooms, and you don't have, for example, one guy leaving a room, going outside, going into a car, etc. So it's a bit like situation comedy or situation plays. The Surprise by Oxford. I will go here to one comment that is the most interesting. Let's see. 4 out of 10 disappointed. Having read the book, I was disappointed. The movie was more about the love story than it was about conversion the author experienced. Yes, although it was not really that much about the love story. It was just like life at Oxford, I would say, plus a few other things. The love story was also not that pronounced, but it should have been more about more interesting topics. The focus of the book was the author's conversion, which means trying to find meaning in life. The love story was a minor part. I felt the conversion story in the movie was almost non-existent. Yes, there was some talk about the meaning in life and what there is beyond life, but that's it. I felt that they were actually trying to downplay it. Not sure. Maybe they were just trying to include all and make it accessible to everyone or likable to more people. The acting was very good. Because the films that I like don't get very high ratings, but they are the most interesting ones. Cinematography, it should have been a love story for Jesus. No, it should have been about understanding life. Jesus was about making people aware and what Christianity is like. A religion is not what someone like that wants. You can see that from what he says, like Sermon on the Mount, etc. It was almost confusing to understand what the point of the movie was trying to make when compared to the clear message of the book. Yep. Alright, let's go to This is Creation of Humanoids. 1962. You can see some humanoids, but also some are indistinguishable from humans. Friendships Death with Tilda Swinton. And this guy, and what's he? Bill Peterson. He's, I like this a lot. The conversation is very interesting. But it only got a 6.5. I would rate it more like 8 because of being very interesting. This one, 5.7. I would rate it, also around 8. Surprised by Oxford. It got a 6.5, I think. Let's see, what was it? Or 6.3? 6.1, I would rate it 3, as I said. An Interview with God is also interesting. 2018, 5.8, maybe 7 or so, I would rate it. This is also interesting. Time Changer, also interesting, 5.3, 7, I think also. Bible professor from 1890 comes forward in time to the present via time machine and cannot believe the things that he sees. Yeah, life changes. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.